That's your first thought, bro. That's your first thought.
If I'm gonna get arrested with anybody, it's these three blokes.
What the f am I getting myself into?
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
What's up, First Out listeners? If you're listening to us, you're still on YouTube because that's the only place we are. And that is my fault, but we're working on it. We're working on a budget here, so it is what it is. We got a really fun episode today. I think we're starting to get the hang of this just a little bit. We're going to start off with a little bit of a new segment, Obscure Sport Day in History, going to the Kentucky Derby, then F1 talk, F1 race. The F1 Miami race was today. It was insane. It was awesome. Then get into the NHL. Playoffs are looking really tight right now. We're looking at the second round. NBA looking at the second round as well. A new segment, Sink or Swim. I think we tried it last time. And then Curious Cues, a little teaser for next week, and then wrap it up with pro tips. So a jam-packed episode. We're trying to bring more to you, trying to make a little bit more to stick along, something you might remember, see what sticks out to us. But, boys, I think we want to start off today a little bit different. Tuck, lead us into it.
Yeah, new segment that I'm going to be introducing today, and look out for it here in the future. We are going to do obscure sports history. So on this day in obscure sports history in 1973, the Kentucky Derby. How much more fitting could it be as we had the Kentucky Derby this weekend? Secretariat wins in record fashion, 1 minute 59 seconds with jockey Ron Turcotte. I guess I would be remiss if I did not also mention another very important, same kind of along the lines with racing on this day in history, as well as 1989. Mike Tyson also got his second speeding ticket for drag racing, which I would be remiss if I was not sharing that with you all as well.
Shout
out the GOAT.
Man loves speed. A lot of racing going on today. Love to see Mike Tyson getting in there. He's in the news recently too, man. But
can't hate that.
Love to see it.
He just wanted to go fast.
He wanted to go fast. So also, I mean, yeah. So getting into the Kentucky Derby a little bit. Mystic Dan, Fierceness was the big lead. The highest betting odds, like it was 7-1, 8-1. I think it maybe 3-2 to when it actually came race time. So, in most of the sports as of recently, it seems like the favorite has been coming out winning. Like you got Michigan. What are others? Some like the big Scotty Scheffler, UConn. Like the big favorites have been Chiefs. Favorites have been winning. Favorites have been winning. Like boom, 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 boom. We just listed off 4 easy. So I was like, obviously, Fierceness, no doubt, lock it in. I put the mortgage on it, and I am currently in someone else's home because I lost mine. Because Mystic Dan edged out Sierra Leone for the top spot by a nose length. And Billy, I think you wanted to allude to some of the winnings there.
Yeah, as you were just saying, Tuck. So we got Mystic Dan that took it away by a nose, and as we were saying, close finish there with Forever Young just coming in tight third there as well. Mystic Dan walks away with a nice $3.1 million for its win.
Woo!
And the cost of a nose length in this horse race was $2.1 million, as Sierra Leone ended with $1 million. Forever Young takes $500,000. Catching Freeman in fourth gets $250,000, and T.O. Password rounds out the pack that cashed in with $150,000.
You gotta love the names. But wow, that is a huge disparity in the winnings. That's massive. Yeah. Those horses.
Oh yeah.
Those horses themselves are worth that one purse. They're insane. They're how expensive these horses are. How much they breed them for.
Yeah. If you find a nice horse and put it at the stud, there you go. Especially if it's a boy.
Hold up. Time out. Real quick, Billy. We got to talk about something, man. You got a little bit more insight into this segment than any of us do because your pops is in on the horse game.
Oh
no!
Big on the horse.
Yes, dude. Have you heard this before?
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah,
Bailey's
Torrin loves horses.
Horse.
I just know that Bailey goes, "Go, you good thing."
That's like a stereotypical thing back home. Like we call it a TAB. It's like a place you can bet in Australia in a pub. And like you'll just see blokes that are up there all the time with their beer, banging on the table, cheering their horses home, betting on every horse. There's a horse in Brisbane, there's a horse in the Gold Coast, there's a horse in who knows Townsville. They're just betting on all of them, just screaming for it. So
good old Aussie degenerates grabbing your schooner,
yeah,
getting the tape out,
having a couple of skewies, grab the form, good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's not my life. I can't be watching horses like that all day. I'm not. My dad's been so into them for years. I haven't gotten into it. I don't know. But he loves them. Yeah.
What's Tyrone's horse's name?
I think he sold the one. I don't remember. I don't know if he's got one now. I don't actually know what he's got going on with the horses right now. But yeah, he had one before called Swift Witness, and it was the third one. And all the other ones kind of sucked that he tried to invest in. All of them sucked, and my mum's like, all right, you got one more chance with a horse. Comes up on this one. This one did pretty well. Like, raced in a big race. It didn't do well in the big race, but it won a lot of races to make it to the big race. Yeah. And then ended up finishing, like, not where it was meant to finish in that race, so which was obviously a letdown, but it was still a really good horse. And I think they sold it and put it to stud. I'm not too sure. And then I think they took that and then reinvested in another couple of horses. But I don't know too much about the rest of I don't know too much about it. It's kind of Dad's little side thing he just has going on that he likes to do.
That's fun. I like that.
Yeah,
I mean, on stage,
he really knows the trainers. He knows, like,
That's awesome, dude.
A couple of photos of like Dad with Swift Witness. So, because like on a Sunday, he'll just go see it sometimes. Like he'll just go down to where the horse is held, and he'll,
That's pretty awesome, dude. I mean, sticking on the same thing as racing. Racing's expensive. Racing's an expensive sport, but seeing the horses get going, same with the Derby. I mean, we got a good race weekend in that. I saw a lot of money being flown around. I could dream to one day go to one of these things. Speaking of dreams, speaking of it happening, talking about the F1 weekend, I had all the boys chiming in. I know Bailey's a real fan of it as well. Lando Norris comes away with a win. His first victory, his 16th podium. Lando Norris, the people's favorite, a driver's favorite, all around. The kids love him. I mean, dreams come true. I'm stupid hyped about this one. Bailey, what you got?
Hold on. Before we go further into this, for the general fan, the general pop here, Lando Norris is to who in the football world, or a good different athlete, or a celebrity comp? Lando Norris is too.
I'm not going to give you a comparison here, Tuck, but I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the man. Young driver. Bloke's only 21, 22, maybe a little bit older now. He's been driving for a few years now, and he's been on the grid for a few years now, and he's worked his way up. He's been a young prodigy from England, right? But he's just been toiling with McLaren. Like, he's been there for, they've just been toiling. They were terrible for a couple of years. When Danny Ricciardo was there too, they didn't have the best design. They didn't really know what to do. It took a little while for Zach Brown to get it all to go. But he's been successful in every car they've given him. He's done the best he could with it. He's just never been in the position to get a few wins. You know what I mean? There was a chance in Sochi, but it rained and it completely changed the game. A couple of times, the car broke down on him. So he's been in some tough situations. Everything today worked in his favor, but that's how it is. You make your own luck, as we were talking about before this. You make your own luck and take advantage of it. So, and he did. The best part of his race, Murph, was that bit when they all got brought back together in the safety car. He stopped, he pitted, they got to the front, they all got back together in the safety car, and he extended his lead on Max because they were fast down the straight. And that's what Red Bull's been killing everyone with. They were just as fast down the straight, I reckon, just enough he made that 1 second gap real quick. Took him 2 or 3 laps to put him out of the DRS zone.
Getting that DRS for them. We'll get into what DRS is for those that don't know. DRS is something that allows you to go a little bit faster. It's a drag reduction system. So it means that you get your back tail opens and you get a better flow of air, allowing your car to go faster. But going back to Tuck's question, if I were to compare him,
need it.
Comp, yeah. Everyone needs a comp, and football is the easiest way to do it. Someone that everyone loves, even though like their team is kind of good, but there's always someone that's dominating them. My comp of Lando Norris is Josh Allen. Everyone loves him. Everyone wants him to win. He's a stud. He has all the talent in the world. He laughs. He does jokes to the camera. His teammates love him. The locker room loves him. Same with all of his drivers and his engineers. Lando Norris is the closest to Josh Allen, and that is why him winning today was absolutely huge. Him finally having the facilities to do so. They finally gave him the right kind of car. The right circumstances happened. They took a risk in the race by not pitting, and finally a safety car popped up, which means all the cars slow down. They're not allowed to go faster. So he was able to pit and get ahead and stay ahead. And they just had the pace today. They just made it happen. So it was huge.
Bailey.
I'm a McLaren fan, so that means even more to me.
Bailey, I need a yay nay on that Josh Allen comp. Do you agree with the comparison?
Mate, that was perfect. It's exactly. Imagine Josh Allen got it done. Imagine Josh Allen went through.
Right.
Beat the Chiefs, went through and did it.
Right.
Holy shit, he finally did it.
Oh, facts. Okay.
Yeah,
hey,
you know what I mean?
This is helping me. I didn't know what to get out of this question, but this is helping me buy in because I did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That was a great comparison. The moment Murphy said it, I was like, that's the perfect comparison because that's exactly what it's like. Because to win an F1 race, although like the same blokes do it over and over again, but there's a small percentage that actually win it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In the grid, the percentage that are actually going to win the race is very reduced. Because there's only one winner, right? So it's almost like
it was. Right. So the fact that everyone loves him too. I mean, just you could see after the race happened, all the drivers, all the engineers, people were coming up to him. He has so many teammates that loved him that they've just like stuck with Lando and McLaren for a while. They pretty much committed him a while back speaking. So everyone was just like so happy to see him do it. It was great. I mean, just for the sport wise, that's good stuff. I'm happy to see it. But I think right now we got something going on right now. I mean, I think New York and Carolina are playing. Tuck, and around the grounds, hit me with it. What's going on?
What an odd coincidence, Murph. You got me at a good time here. I am here on the ice live. Yes, standing on the ice. 34.6 seconds left in the third period. The Carolina Hurricanes are on the power play with an empty net up. So they're going to have two men up in the offensive zone. We got a 3-4 game here. Oh, no. The Canes are called for a tripping call. So it looks like they're only going to be one man up in the offensive zone in the empty net. So each team has a guy in the box here. 34.6 seconds left. High contention in the NHL playoffs second round. A lot of excitement, electricity here in New York, and it should shape out here in the next 34 seconds. Murph, back to you.
That was a good breakdown, man. That was pretty solid around the grounds, my man Tuck. We're going to try and win that game when it's wrapped up and actually seeing what it looks like.
Can't wait to hear the results.
Yes, I can't wait to hear the results on that one too. I did think about Seth told me to put money line Carolina or New York the other day. Anyway, getting into F1, I throw a lot of bets. I win a lot of my money off F1. Ooh, I just did get the update on the game. It did wrap up. The Rangers did win 4-3. To put a conclusion to that segment, so Rangers do take away game one in that series, which is huge. Cheers to that.
It is important to note that even though I was around the grounds in real time, there was a little bit of lag, and even in real time, that's why the result came so quick. So yeah.
There you go. Good clear up. Mm-hmm. So breaking back into F1, I just want to wrap up. I tend to bet a lot of my money in F1. I'm pretty confident in my ability of knowing F1. I think it's pretty predictable. Today I threw tons and tons of bets. I think I threw 6 bets total. I think 3 won. So, if you're taking 50%, you're winning money. I put my biggest 2 bets. One was $100, one was $115. The way the race was doing, I was doing live betting. And we had an Oscar Piastri moment where he might be on the podium, and Max was catching up to him, like we referred to earlier. That safety car came out, so I live betted Lando Norris to win, parlayed with Max Verstappen to be on the podium, and it hit $115 to win $300. The boys are alive. I mean, I was just super hyped about it. I had to chime in about that.
Hey, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. You really grabbed your nuts there and did it, because I remember saying, "Fuck, Lando could win this one," and then you just go, "I'm betting on him. I'm going for it."
They had the pace.
Yeah,
they had the fucking pace, man.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you put a decent little change on it there for the Murph dog for your, what do they call it? Like your unit.
Your units, my units. Oh, I was pretty. When it comes down to it, I'll throw $100 bet every now and then.
Yeah,
I think it's fun. Yeah, I threw funny enough. I threw $100 bet on Max Verstappen be leading after 5 races, only to win 120. So it wasn't.
After 5 laps. Yeah.
After 5 laps, being late. Yeah. So I won that one.
You won that one though.
Yeah, I won that one. Funny enough. And then I want
Do you like
to
the
wrap
casino,
up.
Murphy? Sorry.
What'd you say?
Do you like the casino?
I love the Nino. I love roulette.
Okay, that was what I was going to try and get at. What's your casino?
Yeah, roulette's my game, and I love the
You
slots.
get like
Make bright lights and shiny
all-star
bells
one.
and.
Yeah. When you go in red or black, you like that shit.
No. I play it smart. You can stay alive in roulette forever.
Oh, you bet numbers, columns, rows.
Yeah, columns
right.
and rows. Yeah. And then you always go in on one number. So today we would have gone in on number fucking 4 because Lando Norris. Okay, wrapping up F1. I want to touch one thing. Adrian Newey is changing the landscape by leaving Red Bull. He did announce he is leaving. I did want to touch that up. And he's supposedly taking Gardner leave, whatever that means. I think that there's rumors he's still technically allowed to work for another team right away. There's rumors that he met with Ferrari in England before they left for the Miami Grand Prix. There's rumors of this, there's rumors of that. I don't know. Wherever Andrew Newey ends, I will keep y'all updated because that will be a huge force, a huge change of tides in the F1 universe. Going into it, though, sticking with some pretty intense times, we're talking about the NHL playoffs here, folks. Just last night, my brother and I's favorite team, the Boston Bruins, tucked the absolute shit out of the Toronto Maple Leafs to sleep. Tucked them to bed in overtime in Game 7. We murder them. We kill them. That's what they do. We ruin them. That is the saddest franchise in history. Toronto is a mecca of hockey, and they can't get it done. Fuck you, Leafs. Go Bees. Unreal. I was scared as hell, though.
Back.
Tuck, what you got?
Well said, Murph. Well said. Absolutely well said. Yeah, hockey. Love it. Huge fan myself. But go Bruins till the day I die. Absolutely. No doubt about that. For me, what this series came down to is who could choke the least in Game 7, because both these teams are historically so terrible in Game 7 that it was like who can suck the least and come out on top. So that just so happened to be the Bruins, and like I think in that game it's pretty obvious to say that David Pastrnak is the most clutch player on either of those two teams. I know the Leafs had Austin Matthews. He was sick, so like he was just kind of uncertain the whole. But like even him, like he's still younger in the league, so like not as seasoned in the playoffs as Pastrnak. And it's like, dude, being a Bruins fan over the past 3-4 years, even though hey, listen, I'm a casual. Say what you will. I'm a casual, but it's been brutal. Casual diehard. I love that, Billy. I'm a casual diehard because when the playoffs come around, I'm a diehard. Yeah. But like it's been brutal as a Boston Bruins fan over the past 3-4 years, just looking so great in the regular season, just absolutely shitting out in the playoffs. So good to at least make it past round 1.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, like you're right. So Austin Matthews, they're saying, a lot of people are saying that he kind of ruined the chemistry. They had something good going when he was out, and then he came back in. They're kind of saying he effed up the chemistry, which I wouldn't mind if he left. He might be facing the pressure. He's an Arizona lad. He's from Arizona, actually. But that'd be cool if he left. I mean, the Bruins possibly not finishing it just kind of like the cherry on top. And we're going to play the Panthers next round, which is amazing. Could be a redemption on last year. They could fuck on us, but I don't want them to do so. I want us to have a chance, and I do believe we have a chance.
So Bailey,
but that was amazing.
Real quick, Bailey, like this is a recap of last year because the Bruins were the best team in the league. They had the best season, best regular season.
The Panthers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they were up 3-0 and lost 4-3.
Right. Exactly. Or was it 3-0 or 3-1? I can't remember, but I think you're
3-1.
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, another crack at it, but shit. I mean, after last year, it's like holy shit. I hope they can pull something out because that was not a good look last year.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see because you got them in the Eastern Conference, as you were just saying, with the Bruins playing the Panthers. The first game's going to be on the 6th of May, and then the other game in the East, we got the Rangers versus the Hurricanes, to be determined at the time that game starts. And then in the West, we've got the Vancouver Canucks playing the Edmonton Oilers, so a Canadian matchup right there. And then the last game in the West will be between the Colorado Avalanche and the winner of the Stars versus Golden Knights game that's happening at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time, so that'd be 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll actually be on deck there in Dallas, ready to give you guys some live updates as we go through this.
Back, Bill.
There we go. So, I mean, yeah, the Bruins playing the Panthers is going to be a tough series for us. I think the Panthers are pretty heavily favored to win it right now this year, but they still have to go through Carolina or New York on the opposite side, the same size bracket. Which I know the Rangers won tonight and they're hot. They were the President's Trophy winner, but the history speaks for itself. They probably will lose. I think Carolina's going to ruin that series. It'll be Carolina versus the Panthers. Tough to say for a Bruins fan. I should say they weren't winning, but the Panthers are damn good. So, yeah, speaking of the West Side that Bailey was talking about, Vancouver versus Edmonton. Everyone wants to see McJesus do it. Everyone wants to see Connor McDavid pull it off and get to the championship. So I'm going to take Edmonton in that series. Canucks are pretty hot, but that was just a good series. And that'd be a good series between them. And then Vegas and Dallas has been a hell of a series going to Game 7. Seeing who's going to play Colorado. I'm going to take Colorado no matter what, but I really do think that Vegas and Dallas, one of these two teams could potentially make a run to win it. They're both. I mean, there's a lot of good teams left.
Everyone's saying Dallas was the heavy favorite at the beginning of the playoffs, but coming down to Game 7, let's go, baby. Doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas had won it last year, so anything's possible. I'm
going to make a hot take right here, Murph. Hot take.
Yes.
Winner of that game goes on to play in the Stanley Cup.
I love that. Love that.
It, Bill.
Bailey is saying,
love it. Put your nuts on the line, baby.
Yeah, going to have to do it. The winner tonight goes on to play in the Stanley Cup.
There we go. The winner of Vegas Dallas tonight goes on to play the Stanley Cup. We'll keep you updated on that. That fires me up. But we're about to hop into some more playoff basketball. Playoffs are so goddamn good for us right now. But before that, I want to hit a sink or swim segment.
Ooh,
something we're trying. Something we're doing. It's your sink moment, your low moment of the day, and your swimming, your high moment of the day. Just keep swimming, Dory kind of mindset. If you all have anything ready, I'd love to see you, volunteer for it. If not, then I can absolutely go. I got a sink or swim ready for me. All right, Todd, give me your sink or swim.
I'll spit some bars, but this is going to be some real shit segment for you real quick because, we fend for the common man, right? We fight for the common man.
We are the common man.
We are the common man. And we're here to represent the common man as well, so dude, earlier this week, holy shit, last weekend I had the case of the worst Sunday scaries I've ever had in my life because I was going into the work week and I was like, I'm just not prepared for this work week whatsoever. If anybody's ever experienced that before, shout out to you. Shit sucks. But I just had anxiety on 11, and then the work week went decent. Like it went decent. So my sink part of the week was that little Sunday night panic attack where I was like, fuck, I'm not ready for this fucking week. And it's all coming down on me. A few projects started to pile into one thing, and I'm like, holy fuck, everything was weighing down on me. Talked myself off the ledge, had to do a little I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. A little talk like that to myself, and made it out strong. But my swim, so I guess the swim of the week was, getting through that and picking myself up by my nuts and decided I was going to be a man about it. And also realizing work doesn't define you. Work does not define you. Your occupation does not define who you are as a human. I was getting lost in the weeds a little bit with my job and like how I see myself as a real person. And I was like, dude, my job is such a minuscule part of who Tucker Hartman is. So had to remember that there's a lot more to me than just my job, my 9 to 5, man. So that was my swim of the week.
I love that. That was a great tag in for the sink or swim segment.
Like that.
Good on you.
Murph, sink or swim? Am I saying like a sink and a swim? Or
You're saying both of them. Bailey, I'm giving you the mic right now. Give me your sink. Give me your swim.
Oh, sinking. All right, so we're sinking. Man, shit, I'm going to tell you. Clint Gutherson, man, I'm sorry. My first thought is about Clint Gutherson.
Good.
Fullback for the Parramatta Eels, the captain of the Parramatta Eels. Needs knee surgery. They're gonna clean
No.
Yeah, it's been a shit ride. So my sink honestly is the Parramatta Eels.
Oh, that's a good sink though.
And then the
tough.
halfback goes down. Clint Gustin goes down. The captain. I'm just like, mate, it's heartbreaking for me. They've got my heart. They've had my heart since I was born. And they teased me a little bit. They gave me a little bit of something, and then said no.
Yeah.
And it's just been since about the moment which just broke.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah,
it's hard out here. It's hard out here.
It's a loss. It's a loss for Murph and us. It's a loss for Murph and I as well because we are big Parramatta Eels guys.
Yeah, for those people that don't know, Parramatta Eels NRL team, NRL National Rugby League. Check it out. If you don't know about it, you're too late. You got to figure it out.
Yeah,
love it.
But yeah, that was my first thought of my sink. Sorry, it's very niche there, Murphy, but that was my first thought. That was my first thought. My swim, bro. We were doing some one-on-ones the other day. Just out there getting reps in. QB throws an out. Bang. 3 hard steps to the ball. Eyes up. Full reach. Full extension out. Snagged it out of the air. I felt great. I was feeling good. I was juiced up.
Let's fucking go, Billy.
That was the moment I was swimming. I was flying. Didn't
matter. We were swimming, baby.
I was feeling it.
Fuck yeah. You weren't even swimming, motherfucker. You were flying. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I felt it. I felt good. So I've been literally telling myself too. I've been like, being a little inside to me, I guess. I guess this would happen if we're talking podcast shit.
Yeah.
People would come to find out more about you. Like, I've been mentally thinking, visualize getting the ball. Like, I want to get the ball and run with the ball. I just play defense. Just go get the ball. The ball's out there. Just go catch the ball.
Yeah.
Just go catch the ball. You'd be more surprised times that you can just catch the ball than just breaking up you know what I mean? Breaking up the pass. You'd be more surprised. Like, if I just went to catch the ball, I would have caught the ball.
Don't be surprised when you get the ball.
Don't be surprised when you get it.
Take that shit. Go. Take it and run.
That's mine, bro. Once it's in the air, take it.
Dude,
I've been visualizing that, and it just, as you said, I was swimming. I was flying, man.
Bailey's good with balls in his hands. I mean, there's more balls out there to be caught.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna send it to myself for my sink or swim.
Yeah. Take your swim.
I'm gonna send it to myself for my sink or swim. My sink was on Thursday. We were having a pretty solid day of work, which work always kind of stinks, but we were having a pretty solid day, making a turn for it, and my car breaks down.
Ooh.
My car breaks down. My throttle was not throttling, so I had to drive 45 minutes to drop it off at the shop with cruise control. Pretty epic. I'm pretty cool at what I do, though. So I got there. I drop it off. I'm pretty cool with my mechanic. He's a nice guy. Gave it to me straight. He said, your car's fucked. So it was going to be $1,000+ to fix everything. It was just going to keep breaking down, like the gunk build up on this and that. The engine, the fluids need to be flooded. All these things just like piling on. Like, car trouble is such a pain in the ass for me. So that's my sink. But in turn,
that sucks.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Out of the car, mate. What car is it? Strong. Adam.
Oh, it was Volkswagen Passat. I do like the brand, though, but it was 10 years old. Time to go. Anyway, here we're talking. You turn your negatives into a positive. 2 negatives make a positive. Don't know where the other negative was, but there was one in there. Yesterday, I become a man, and I buy my own car. I buy my first car. I get rid of that piece of junk while there's no lights on the dashboard. I sell that shit. They said it's worth $4,000, which really wasn't even worth that. I say, no, that's worth more. They give me $1,500 more, and it's worth $5,500. That's a huge win. We pull away. The rate's good. Man talk. Bang, bang. We were swimming all over the lot. So that was my sink and swim of the week. Goodness.
Take it to the man, Murph, dog. That's man shit. Purchasing your own vehicle. First time. Shout out to Murph, dog. First vehicle purchase. That's man shit. That is a rite of passage in life.
That's your first car you bought, Murph?
First car that I bought. I mean, I've had one, but my parents were there for it when they had bought it, so it wasn't like I did much. And this was me negotiating. This was me bartering back and forth. It was one thing whether who was coming out on top, and I felt like I came out on top. Did not get pushed around in that thing.
Boys on top.
Yeah. Boys on top. Sink or swim. It always ends.
You hear me?
You said what now?
Did you tell him I was on Murphy Hartman?
You on Murphy Hartman? What do you mean?
I'm saying, did you tell him I'm Murphy Hartman?
Oh, dude, no, I told him I was Mr. Electric. I didn't tell him I was Murphy Hartman. He respected Mr. Electric. Yeah, don't be silly. Don't be silly. And actually, it's funny enough. He goes, I was like, we just got to spitting, like pretty cool guy, like about our age, and he says, yeah, you play ball? And I was like, yeah, I played diamond nickel, corner, DB slot. And he goes, oh, I'm a slot receiver. And I go, you can get any day. You can get it any day. Want to go in the lot right now? So you want to go in the parking lot right now? And he's like, oh, man, he's like, you should have brought your cleats. So I was like, I had my cleats in my trunk, but I didn't bring them because I cleaned out my car. But cool
Bro,
dude. So
that's what you say. That's what you
yo,
say.
for
Okay.
1,500 more, 1,500 less.
Yes,
1,500
yes,
less.
yes. Let's get on the field. I'll hit you in a one-on-one, do or die.
Yeah. I was like talking to him the entire day. He's a cool dude. But that's the sink or swing segment. We always end with swim because we want to keep on swimming. I just thought that right then and there, and that was
smooth. I like
Let's
it.
keep swimming.
I'm on to something. They don't call me Mr. Podcast for nothing. Okay. No one calls me that. All right, going into the NBA playoffs. Good time to start there. Like I said, it's a really exciting time to be a sports fan right now. We're going to start in the West because a game already did happen. The Thunder and the Mavs. I'm sorry, the Nuggets and the T-Wolves and the Mavs. Wow, here we go. Fumbling the bag. Mr. Podcast.
Mr. Podcast.
The Nuggets and the T-Wolves played, and Anthony Edwards' time is now. That's all I got.
Facts. It is. Anthony Edwards' time is now. He's coming on the scene earlier than a lot of NBA phenoms, but God, he owns it, dude. He's just so, you can tell he's just like so secure with himself, and dude just wants the ball. He's a fierce competitor. Doesn't give a fuck who he's up against. He's gonna talk his shit. And Anthony Edwards is here, dude. He's gonna be a force to be reckoned with for a while. But dude, I'm fired up about this series in general. I saw a meme. They asked Nikola Jokic. They're like, "So how are you? Like, what's your plan?" Because the T-Wolves have 3 solid big men now. With Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, number 11. Can't remember his name in the moment, but that's beside the point. But 3 solid big men that have been playing good for them, and they're like, so what's your plan to, on going up against each one of these guys? He's like, I don't know, like, because he doesn't give a fuck about the media. He's like, clone myself, I guess.
Yeah.
Something like that in his groove voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, dude. I mean, but seeing the T-Wolves come on and take game 1 in Denver is sweet. It's gonna make it for a good series. I do have money on the Nuggets to win that, but I mean, if the T-Wolves take my money, I could be less upset. That'd be sick. Sticking in the West.
I'll hit you
Sorry,
with
what's up?
There's Anthony Edwards stats real quick. 17 from 29 from the field, 3 from 7 from 3, 7 boards, 3 assists, and then he ended with the night with a staggering 43 points in 42 minutes of basketball.
Dog.
43 points and 42. But equal to this, something that's not on the stat sheets right now, the dude is locked down on defense. Dude is unreal on defense. Yeah. He shows on both sides of the court. He is what they say is worth the price of admission. That dude is fun to watch.
Yeah.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, sticking in the West, we're talking Thunder Mavs. Okay. I mean, I'm going to say it now. I'm going to make an early prediction before we get anything. I'm picking the Thunder. I love this young team. They got talent everywhere. They really are decked out. We spoke about being comfortable in their role. They're so comfortable in their role. SGA and Chet are playing good ball. They got a bunch of other young dudes. I mean, I'd love to see this team make it to the Western Conference Finals and see what happens.
I'm with you, Murph Dog. I'm with you 100%. I just don't think the Mavs have the depth for it. That's what it comes down to. They might have the 2 best players on the court. They might have the 2 best with Luka and Kyrie, especially like playoffs wise. Like playoff Kyrie, fucking hate Kyrie. Not a Kyrie guy. Celtics fan. The reason why I don't like Kyrie Irving, and if you know basketball, you know why I don't like Kyrie. Anyway, they might, but Kyrie in the playoffs is a different beast, man. God, he's got the ball on a string, man. That guy, he's got the best handles in the league, and then he just comes up clutch. So I don't know, 2 best guys, but I just don't think like with that Thunder lineup that they are deep enough to guard everyone and that Thunder team is young and hungry, so it's gonna be a solid series. But I think Thunder in 6 for this.
Thunder in 6. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, I can see that being true. I see what you're doing there. With them just kind of closing out their home games. But when to your point about Kyrie just being that guy in the playoffs, he had 2 games in that last series where he just decided to take over. But he's insane when he's on the court. I still like watching him play, but yeah, he's a dickhead. I'm glad that he's not on our team anymore. Going over to the East, let's touch on Bailey just gave us a message for those that are just listening. Bailey just gave us a message on Skype. He said pissing. Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that. He just said pissing across the screen.
That's funny.
But going to the East, we're talking Knicks Pacers because that was the first series to come out.
Right.
I think this could be a good series. The Pacers wrapped it up. Bailey, mute yourself, buddy.
Yeah, Bailey, mute yourself.
I forgot to make it quiet. My fault.
The Pacers wrapped it up against the Bucks. The Bucks just without Giannis aren't much, and it's just it is what it is at that point. But I think the Pacers are still a pretty good team. I think they still could make some damage, but I am picking the Knicks in this. The Knicks hustle hard. They play for Tibbs. I mean, his name is blanking here now. Jalen Brunson, thank you. Jalen Brunson is in his bag right now, and his bag is deep. So
yeah. I'm with you. It doesn't make for good podcasting when people agree all the time, but I'm 100% with you again. But the Knicks. Yeah, you're good. The Knicks are hot right now. Jalen Brunson's hot. DiVincenzo is a good role player that picks up when he needs to there. And then, but yeah, like you said, I think the Pacers got a little bit lucky with their first round matchup. But yeah, I mean, they're still a solid team, dude. Like between Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam, Tyrese Halliburton, they got a good little threesome there. But I don't know. I think this one goes 7. I think Knicks in 7.
I like to see Knicks in 7 as well. Just being that it's more tiring for whoever has to play Boston next. Crossing our fingers, Boston wins. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good series.
First, but I'm saying enough. You're wrong, Top. You're wrong, Colonel Sanders. Mom was right.
What you got, Billy?
I'm going the Pacers, mate.
Okay.
I'm going the Pacers. You know why? Because I went the Bucks.
Why?
They beat the Bucks.
Nice.
And now I'm going the Pacers. I'm riding that wave.
Facts.
So, that's good on you.
Let's take a moment.
I'm still with the Nugs. If we want to switch over to the West, I'm definitely still with the Nugs. That's for sure, taking on the Timberwolves. I think that'll be a close match, but the Nugs would definitely get on top. What do you think, Murph?
We already covered that series, but yeah, I have the Nuggets finishing out that series
Fucking
as
hole.
Sticking on the East, I have the Knicks winning that series as well. Like I had said, I like to see the Pacers try and tire them out at the very least. But the Cavs wrapped up their series against Orlando today behind a very impressive Donovan Mitchell performance. Evan Mobley played well. They were down 18 at one point. I mean, it was not looking good for them. It was looking grim. And then Donovan Mitchell literally just said, "Give me the ball." Like it was just every possession, Donovan Mitchell. It was awesome.
Yeah, he dogged it up. I mean, I like Donovan Mitchell. I think he's a little bit. He's got similar qualities to Russ in a lot of ways. Just like that physical presence as a point guard. And but I don't know. I like him more than I like Russ. I've never really been a Russ guy, but he said it's time to turn it on. It was time for him to turn it on. Got 39 and some solid defense all around. They're a very good fundamental defensive team, and Evan Mobley he's a presence on defense. Got 16 boards, a few block shots. I think were in the mix, and they just took care of business. It also just kind of looked like Paolo Banchero. I don't know if you guys watched the game at all. I watched a little bit of it, but like Paolo Banchero was just taking shot after shot. Like he was hot in the first quarter, fizzled off, and I think they really they kind of adjusted their game plan for him, and he started to die down late in set. He still got 38, but most of
Yeah.
it was from like free throws. He only shot 10 of 28 from the field, so he started to die down late into the game.
They put all their eggs into about Palab and Carey kind of carrying them. Cole Anthony, did he? I don't even think he played. And
He did.
then did he? And
He
then
did.
Jalen Suggs was playing pretty well in defense, but it just kind of fell into that. I like that comp to Russell Westbrook. I like the Donovan Mitchell comparison to Russell Westbrook though. They are both those physical presence kind of just point guards. But on the flip side, our Boston Celtics, I still think we're the best team, but a little bit of a kink in the series is that we're gonna have to go at it without Kristaps Porzingis. He's out for who knows amount of time, and I think that he might be out for this entire series, if I had to guess.
With that being said, Celtics in 5.
Fuck yeah, I still think Celtics in 5 too. I still think
Celtics
it's
in 5.
Celtics in 5. Honestly, no, I think Celtics in 4. I think we sweep them. I think this is whatever. Jared Allen was out tonight for the Cavs, and he's one of their best players. So if he's out, we just sweep
Al
him.
Horford,
I'd rather
take
see
care
it.
of business.
Yeah, give him to me healthy. Don't even matter. Al Horford is good, and that's what it's about. But I think that I don't even know. I'm gonna go Derek White, best player of the series, because of the way he's been playing. That's my predictions.
He's the best player
I love.
against Heat.
Yeah, I want to one more little thing about this because I don't think there's too much to say besides the fact that we're gonna all pick the Celtics here. I do want to see what Bailey says about that game, but Lionel Messi playing in Miami goes to a Miami Heat game, the last game of the series. He's able to go, and this is the game that Derek White drops 38 and is easily the best player in the stadium on the court. And I just think it's mad funny because Lionel Messi's like, damn, dude, he probably thinks Derek White's like MJ. He probably, hey, who's this bald guy? Who's this bald dude?
Yeah,
in the post-game interviews, Derek White's just like the most calm, relaxed dude. He's got really nothing else to say except, yeah, we're a good team. Can't wait for the next game, blah, blah, blah. Really boring. But so fun to see that Messi sees that one game that our boy Derek White takes over.
Right, in Lionel Messi's universe, Derek White is the second coming of Jesus.
He's like, why are they paying this guy?
Yeah.
And that wraps it up for Billy, give me your Celtics Cavs prediction because you just gave our Pacers and the Pacers are taking
Cavs
it.
in 6.
Oh,
Cavs in 6.
you just want to be a dumb CUNT, huh? See you next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, you might say, Murphy.
Yeah, see you next Tuesday. How
See
about
you
that?
Tuesday, mate. Yeah, definitely going the Cavs. Taking the Cavs for sure. Talking about the Cavs, I do want to give a shout out to bloke on the bench. Maybe you could help me out with who this bloke is. Maybe tell me something about him. LeVert.
Okay.
LeVert.
Oh, Carlos LeVert.
Harris.
Yeah, mate.
Harris.
Played 30 minutes into the game 7. He played 30 minutes, 5 from 9 for the field goals, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Collected 15 points.
Yeah, he's
a great
role
from the bench.
Yeah, he's a good role player. Bailey, I know you know a lot about basketball, so he's kind of a similar parallel here. This will make a ton of sense to you. Is he is a spark off the bench, and he's kind of got some Lou Williams qualities. I know you know a lot about.
Yeah.
You're
big. Love watching Lou Williams come off the bench for those guys.
Yeah,
there you go.
That 2-3 is iconic on Lou Will. So yeah,
without a doubt, one of those things that you think about, those role playing 6 men coming off the bench, like you just think of Lou,
Yeah, this guy knows ball. This guy absolutely knows ball. So Karis LeVert, similar comp right there to Lou Will. He's a spark off the bench, and he'll get you some buckets. Was a good role player in their dub today.
Love to hear it. Shout out
boy.
Lou for listening. I heard he's an avid fan.
Yeah.
Lou Will's a thinker, a first thinker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
We
gotta work on that.
Yeah,
we'll workshop that. And then leading out of the NBA, I think that wraps up pretty dang good. If I had to say, we got another new segment that brought to you again by Tucker. This one is called Curious Cues. It's going to be a question and a hypothetical. The order we got today is Bailey answers, I answer. We each get our own pitch. Understand me, feel me. Let me know if you like it. Put it down in the comments. Let me know if you like this section. Curious Cues. Tuck, give it to me.
Curious Cues, boys. Curious Cues with the fellas. First week of this. So I'm thinking more like a hypothetical is a good one to toss out there, but this one I get some wild thoughts when I'm running sometimes, and I was running, and I was thinking about Bailey. Just, I love the energy of Australians when they get hammered drunk. It's the best, like all the chants that you guys have, and I'm thinking to myself, so one of the chants, Bailey, what's that chant? Here's the talker, he's true blue.
He's a piss pot through and through. He's a bastard, so they say. He tried to go to heaven, but he went the other way. He went down, 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 down.
Exactly. And this has nothing to do. What I just said has nothing to do. I just wanted to fire us up for a second. But I was thinking about Aussie versus Aussie. All right, let me set the scene for you here. What are the scenarios where you're gonna call someone an Aussie versus an Aussie? And in my brain, AUSSIE versus AUZZIE. And my thought with it is Aussie, like he's a good Aussie boy. He's a good Aussie boy. He does what he does. He stays disciplined. He's good. He's got good morals on him. But Aussie, this guy's a real fucking Aussie sick fuck.
Bro.
And he's a drunkard, or he's a degenerate, like one of the piss pots in the fucking bar that's racing on a horse, betting on horse racing all the time. So Bailey, if you could elaborate on Aussie versus Aussie, I'd love to get your take on it.
So I'll be real with you. It depends who's talking. If I thought Aussie, it's like, yeah, mate, I'm Aussie, right?
Okay.
So if I'm Aussie, that's just me talking. You talk to an American, Aussie. Then you get the Z, or the Z, as I would say. Aussie. Yeah. Like, it's, I think it's a where you're from type of thing. It's got nothing to do with your personality, just regular Aussie bloke. Then someone trying to call you an Aussie, or whatever. You know what I mean? And I think it's definitely an accent thing, and that's where I think the Z and the S, because if I'm writing it, it's an S. I don't know, personally, it's an S, but because Australia, Aussie.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but that's
so from it. So I was way the fuck off.
Yeah, you were
nowhere close
with what it actually is. Yeah, for me,
so I'm gonna continue to live in my fantasy land, but I appreciate your insight.
Yeah, no, you can live in your fantasy land, but that's the truth. But I don't control the matrix, so.
Facts. Yeah. All right, Murph Dog, you got a curious Q for the boys?
No, we had one queued up for Bailey and then me to answer. But if I were to bring up a curious Q, I would say, you have to survive. I don't want to do would you rather. I was thinking about doing a would you rather, but it's a curious Q. Curious Q. Nope, I don't got one. Bailey, do you have one?
Question. Okay. So, if you were given the option to go to, I guess this would be a would you rather.
Yeah, you can do would you rather.
No, I got you. What would you bring if you had to go on a space traveling trip for 2 years and you could bring 3 things? What would you bring?
3 things?
I love that.
Like, other than fundamental, like there's enough food, there's enough water, you don't have to worry about nothing like that. But what 3 things would you bring? Like, would it be, I don't know, a TV, a PlayStation, obviously, I'm just spitballing.
Yeah.
That's my curious Q for you boys.
Curious Q. Three things is spoiling me. I bring a really big blanket because I love blankets. Okay. I bring my Xbox because I always play and always probably sick Wi-Fi out on that space station, I imagine. Yeah. So I probably get all the hacks on everybody down there. And then number 3, I don't want to say that out in public, so let's not say that.
Pocket pussy?
No, that doesn't.
Oh. What?
Definitely wasn't even under the same subject. Wink, wink. That wasn't definitely not maybe thinking about.
Right.
Okay, so I got comfort taken care of. I got entertainment taken care of. Can I bring my dog? My dog can survive, right?
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna allow that. I'll let the dog.
Yeah, I'll bring my dog. I'll bring my dog with me.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Tuck?
My number one option just got taken off the board since we're not allowed to say that anymore. But it is something that I did, I tossed into the air there. But I don't know, man. Like not so much. Not so much of the stuff that I do on the day to day really like is not included in food, water, like.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
obviously,
But
that's the thing. Like,
right. I know what you're saying. Like, so in this hypothetical, like we're surviving, we're coming back, or is like we have to survive?
no, you're surviving. You're just on
Okay.
a trip for 2 years.
All right, bet.
It's a
All right,
solo
that
mission for 2 years. What 3 things you bring in to not go insane?
That switches shit
No.
up 100% because I was thinking survival mode for a second.
No,
but
not
since we're
survival.
surviving, so since we're not in survival mode, my assumption is that there is some sort of physical activity there, that like some kind of gym or something. So that's there. So I too am on the same wavelength as Murph. I need a blanket. I need some cozy. I need some, I need a cozy blanket. I need, God. Can you ride a bike in space? I don't know. That's something I've been on recently. I'm gonna ride my bike. I'm just gonna ride my bike. We're imagining this is a big facility or there's a track or something. I'm just gonna do laps upon endless laps.
Yeah.
And I need some kind of like huge like speaker system, dude.
Okay.
Because I'm crazy. I need to be listening something at all hours of the day. So Bailey and I were talking about this earlier. So my thoughts don't wander into the oblivion. I need to be listening to a podcast. I need to be listening to music, something. I need a banging speaker system.
All right. I like it.
I like that. Sticking with it, Bailey, because I'm going to give you a similar opportunity to answer a similar question because these are crazy, curious cues. Linking this kind of same survival thing. I like where you're going with it, Tucker. Naked and Afraid, they allow the participants to bring one item with them. Many bring a machete, many bring a fishing net or something.
Mm-hmm.
What is that one item y'all are bringing with you? Naked and Afraid. 28 days survival. Keep that in mind.
Bailey, I'm going to let you go first because I just kind of gave my answer.
My
first thought off the rip.
My first thought off the rip was like just a gun.
I don't think that. Okay, I didn't take it off the table, so I'll take it. I'll take that as an answer. I'll take it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Like, especially if I'm in the US, right? I could just
I'll give it to you, dude. You're quicker thinking than I. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, let him rock.
First thought, I mean, a gun, I guess.
Yeah, like
so I think in Naked Afraid, you're technically not allowed to take a gun, but Murph did not.
Murph never limited me. There's no boundaries.
Yeah, I didn't put a fence around my guy. I said go free.
Hills, man. So I ran for him.
Tuck, say that someone presents you this opportunity and you think, within the guidelines, you might say something like, what would you take?
I mean, first rip. So there's two things that initially come to mind, and a gun is not one of those things. But I still love it. The first two things, and God, no answer is gonna be as cool as a gun, but a towel is one thing.
Oh, that's actually a really good one.
Yeah, because it's multi-use, right? Like, so you need to be able to like at some point get in water, so like to whether you're fishing or something like that. So
sit up,
yeah, to allow you to dry off. So if like I'm assuming that there's sand, there's dirt around it, you can clean yourself off. You can use it as a blanket at night. Like it's gonna be a source of warmth.
If you have to.
Yeah. So the blanket is my first thought, or a towel, excuse me. First thought. Second thought is machete, just because you're sharpening sticks. You can kill something with it, so that you can sharpen sticks and you can go fishing. But my thought is like I'm in a jungle type area. This is my scene, right?
Yeah.
And you can get like natural twine from the trees, and you cut up a dagger, and then you make like all sorts of different daggers going a few different ways, and then you're tossing a spear into a water to catch fish.
Yeah, right. That's a good thought.
Yeah.
The thing,
I know it's not
the thing with that is, like, if I brought a gun, I wouldn't be able to make spears. But I'm sure we'd be okay to.
You sharpen it with a rock, maybe.
I think you'd be all right. Yeah, imagine that. Just like the other person doesn't even know what he brought, and they're like over stoking the fire, and there's your pow pow. Bailey screaming, "I got him!" Yeah. Oh man.
We got food for weeks, boys.
I know it's my curious Q, and I don't necessarily need to be answering, but I'm on the same kind of path as Tuck is. I think a towel might be something that I would bring as well, just the multi-use of it. And then I didn't go machete route, though. My second option was a pot, a really big pot to boil water in.
That's
just thinking that you're just going to go crazy, and like having that water just make life a little bit easier. But guys, that's a great episode. We're going to be tuning. I'm giving you a little bit of a teaser for next week before we wrap it up with pro tips, because I know everyone wants to hear our pro tips. It seems to be the rows, or what do you want to call it? Everybody wants to hear our pro tips. We're kind of the pro tippers nowadays.
Right. I've been walking down the street. Everyone's like, dude, you need more pro tips. I need them daily.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So give a little teaser for next episode. We are going to touch again on the playoffs. Playoffs are still going. Of course, we're going to talk about them. And the roast of Tom Brady is tonight. So being that he's a GOAT and we're a sports friendly podcast, and Tom Brady is and was my childhood, and same with Tucker. We're going to touch up on that. So quick look into next week. I'm excited to see how that goes.
Let me hit you with something real quick on that. So I was taking a look at it, and they just sent out like a lineup of who's all going to be roasting Tom, and it's a pretty star-studded cast here. So
give it to us, baby.
Oh yeah. Hold on one sec. So it is. I'm bringing it up as we speak. So
if I were to fill time, I would say that it's kind of ballsy of him doing this. It is live on Netflix. And speaking of the live on Netflix, they're kind of starting getting used to that. They're doing the Jake Paul fight and the Tyson fight live on Netflix. I'm getting more excited to watch that. There's actually a good card. There's actually like good boxers on it. And those two I'm going to be wrapping it up. But Netflix is kind of stepping up their game, I guess, or going to the next level, doing these live events. So we'll see how it goes. But talk to you. You got your lineup for us. What we got? Who's roasting Tom Brady?
Yeah. So there's a hell of a cast here. So we got in the mix, Kevin Hart's gonna be there. Bert Kreischer. Looks like I think Tom Segura. Oh, Tony Hinchcliffe. If you guys listen to the Kill Tony podcast, who I'm a big fan of. I think his name's Josh Ross or something like that. Shoot.
Oh, so John terrible. Ross or Joe Ross or whatever.
No, something Ross though. But he's great. He's hilarious, bald guy, so funny. So yeah, it'll shape out to be a good one. We'll get you some more insight on that next week after we watch it.
You're missing one thing, Bill Belichick.
Oh, Bill. Oh yeah.
You're kidding me.
Bill's gonna be in there. Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski are all gonna be in the mix too. So yeah.
Those ones in there.
Yeah,
totally that's huge on that. But I'm super excited about that. Like I said, just a teaser for next week, but look forward to it. Wrapping up with pro tips. You guys already know what it is. The pro tips segment of the day. I mean, this is kind of where we're getting our claim to fame. I'm hoping for it with the pro tips. But I like to announce it. I don't necessarily like to start it. Bailey, you look like your thinker is absolutely turning right now.
Oh, Tony's looking for something.
That's good. That's all in good fun. If I send it to you, I know I trust you to come up with something. I trust you to go up with something. Give me your first pro tip of the day. First thought off the dome.
First thought off the dome, boys. You know what? Oh, all right. So, just do the simple things great. Do the simple things great. That's my pro tip.
There you go. I love that. You want to elaborate a little bit, or just something pop up to that? You're just
all right. So I've got an example for you. Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. the legend. Every time you still shoot for a basket, always shout out Kobe. Got to represent respect to a man with a great legacy. But he said someone went to watch him one day, and he was training, and he did the most basic drills all training session, and he's the best. Like he was at his prime, right? Just doing simple basic drills. Someone asked him and goes, the man that went to watch him said, "Why do you're one of the best NBA players to ever play in the NBA, right?" He goes, "Why do you do such simple drills?" And he goes, "The fact I do such simple drills is what allows me to be so great, because I do just focus on the simplest things that just allow my game to evolve, and I can do the simple things right, because often in the long run, those simple things are gonna pay dividends."
I like that. Do the simple things right. It's pretty damn good. I mean, it's pretty plain and simple. I like it. Tuck.
Don't just do them right, Murphy, though. My pro tip was to do the simple things great.
The simple things great.
Kobe said he didn't just it was doing the simple things exponential.
Yes.
Like at an exponentially great level.
Right. Don't lose that little tip of focus. Always focus on that.
Yeah.
Right. Tuck, give me your pro tip of the day.
First off, I love Bailey's pro tip. I think I try to, in some way, shape, or form, incorporate that into my life as well. So, hell yeah, do the simple things. Great. My pro tip, little bit different, is just recently I feel like I was getting, I mentioned in a few of the other episodes, I was getting caught in the monotony of life, man. I was like, oh, I'm going through the goddamn motions. So I've needed a couple switch ups. And I've talked about, some of the different workout things that I've done as of recently, but also like changing your environment up a little bit. Like I just like recently got a few different things to change up my room, make it a little bit more comfortable. Cause sometimes, dude, my room, I've never been a person to decorate a ton or like really make my environment just like something that's I enjoy living in a lot more, because I just don't focus on those things too often. But when you're inhabiting a space for so often, and it's like this kind of a little bit depressing in a way, it's like you're not doing anything to help yourself out to make this place a little bit nicer, a little bit more lively, a little bit more vibrant. I think it wears on you after a while. So did a little bit of changing some stuff up in the room, little toot there from the Murph dog to keep it live a bit. But yeah, I switched up some stuff in the room. I did a little bit of redecorating. It feels like a new little re-energization for myself, and ready to attack the freaking week. So
there you go.
My pro tip is change it up a little bit.
Have some change
it up a little bit.
Yeah. Get some change in your life.
Here's something. My pro tip will be something you can change in your life. It's something you could start implementing now. Do you ever find yourself in the bathroom wiping yourself with dry toilet paper and just thinking like it's just not getting everything? Like, you don't wash dishes dry. You don't just rub stuff off. You don't wash your skin dry. You don't wash your hands dry. You get water in there. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the Alabama wet wipe. Spit on your toilet paper before you're wiping that, John, and you can get a little bit extra in there. And that is my pro tip of the day. I don't got much else to say about it, but leave yourself with a cleaner brown Cheerio, if I want to say that, leather Cheerio. Alabama wet wipe. Pro tip of the day, dude. Pro tip of the day. You're gonna roll, 2, 3, whatever. No, more than 2, probably 3, 4 layers, whatever it is. You're gonna spit on it, get you a nice little douse. And then you're going to fucking get that thing inside your beehole and you're going to clean it out. And that's like the finishing touches. It's not going to be your first wipe necessarily. But the finishing touches, don't be afraid to get it wet. It's just doing you a disservice if you're not doing it. You're leaving yourself a little bit rougher and a little bit worse of a spot. I don't got much else to say. I don't need any comments. I don't need no's. I don't need yeses. This is me personally.
Hold on. So many questions arise from this. But first off, I got to say, I love it. I'm all in on the Alabama wet wipe. I love it. So, how did this come up? I got a few. So let me cook real quick. Yeah. How did this come to be? Where did you learn about the Alabama wet wipe? Does it feel wrong in any sort of way? Is there something about it? Have you? Hold on. I guess I should ask this first. Have you tried it? And does it feel just a little bit naughty? Does it feel a little bit?
That's strange? The better word. That's the word you were trying to look
for. Okay, so answering the first question, where I heard of it. Funny enough, we just mentioned him. Bert Kreischer says he does it. The Alabama wet wipe. So I started implementing it into my life actually a good amount of time ago. So the answer is yes, I do it. The answer is, do I feel naughty about it? The answer is no. It feels right. It feels natural. I think that's what spit was invented for.
Hold take Murphy Hartman spit invented for Alabama.
It's spit the okay. So riddle me this. I don't mean to be sticking on this. We're gonna get off this topic real soon, but spit was invented to what? It's invented to lube things going down your throat, lube things going in something, lube things going out, lube things wiping something. Spit was invented to lube Alabama wet wipe. It's just a little bit of lube. Yeah, like don't be afraid to leather up or lube up your beehole. Bailey, give me your pro tip. We're done with it. Bailey, give me your pro tip.
Oh, I got another pro tip to go with. All right. So what I want you to do, just oh, we went from Alabama wet wipes to hey, what's your pro tip? Wow.
You got it. I'm gonna rethrow it at you. We're not editing it because it's all still going so well.
Yeah.
Bailey, yeah. All right, Bailey, you got a pro tip. I know you got it for me. Give it to the people. Pro tip of the day.
Pro tip, mate. Just tell everybody about First Thought podcast. Simple.
Ah.
Just let everybody know. Just let them know. Seriously, if they don't know already, they're missing out. And if you're not here for the start of it, are you really a fan?
Right.
Yeah.
Got to be here for the trenches. From the trenches to the right to the top. I don't know what you'd call what's above the trenches. But yeah, out of the trenches.
Good on you, mate. Good on you.
No.
I love that. All right. Nothing new. Don't need to overcomplicate it. Tell your friends. Refer your friends to the First Thought podcast. Tucker, give me your second and last pro tip of the day. Pro tip.
Second and last pro tip of the day. I always come ready and armed for this segment because it's so very important to each and every one of us here. So, pro tip of the day, the last one, is, dude, take your shoes off and get in some grass, mate. Take your shoes off and get in some grass. Take your shirt off and get in the sun and be with nature, mate. I mean, I can speak from experience living in the Northeast that we have brutal winters, man. So I am so much more grateful than I ever have been for embracing a nice, beautiful day with some sun out where I can take my shoes off, put them in some nice grass, let the dogs breathe in the nice grass, get a little bit of sun, and maybe even catch a little tan. Even though I also like to mention 1-for-1 beautiful days and sunburns. Took my shirt off, instant sunburn.
Nice.
Going back. So I did not, like I told Murph, I was not listening to his pro tip from last week of putting sunblock on. That's, yeah.
Don't think I'm listening to his pro tip this week either.
Nope. Got insta burn. One nice day. Yeah.
You guys are scared.
I'm trying Alabama.
Sounds like Bailey's just afraid of a good old Alabama wet wipe, which, I understand. It's not for all of us. But yeah, man, I did the same thing. I love that pro tip of getting out in the sun, getting your toes in the grass. I got burnt the other day.
Should you take psychedelics before it? Is that what you're suggesting?
Oh, it's always a good idea.
No?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, being in nature with a little bit of psychedelics in the mix doesn't suck.
Okay.
Yeah, good on you. I'm gonna wrap up. With, like, my last pro tip of the day. Last pro tip of the day. Second pro tip. Last pro tip. End it off. Ladies and gentlemen, as we age, you can't just continue to buy frozen foods. Bagel bites are good, and they got you pretty far in life. They got you to where you are right now. But you need to start making real good food. And that Tyson chicken, I don't trust the brand like Tyson. Don't ask me why. Seems a little fishy, very big. I mean, chicken's good all the time. But make your own chicken tenders. It is much easier than you anticipate. Look it up. 3 simple steps. You want to get some panko. Flour, egg wash, panko. Or you can just do the flour if you want to fry it that way. Make your own chicken tenders.
Need that shit on the socials this week.
Yeah,
easy money.
I can do them on the socials. Give you a little quick flippity flip on how I do tenders.
And
They're
while
good.
you're at it, mix in an Alabama wet wipe.
I don't know if I'll have that
Demo
video for you.
Alabama wet wipe. If you can make
I don't know if I'll have that
Alabama
video
wet
for you.
wipe.
But
Why not?
coach of the day, make your own chicken tenders, freeze your own. Like just make your own. It's a little bit cheaper too, and you can make them a little bit more tasty if you ask me. A little less sketch. Like sometimes you bite into some of those Tyson ones, you're like, oh, what's going on? It's a little bit like you like chomp through it. Forget it though.
I bet we're pulling out
That's a
brains,
good
too.
episode. We are lucky. We are blessed to be watching all the playoff fans, all the playoffs going on right now. For the few listeners out there, we love you. We got a couple followers. Shout out to one loyal listener, my friend Seth. Listens to every episode, and he'll even hear this part. Catch you on the flip.
Catch you on the flip.